Okay. Today is March the 4th, 2024, 6:02 p.m. We have a quorum, and so we can start the meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And to the Texas flag,
I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
We're too long big enough for her.
So we'll be proud of me.
That's right.
I just started with something. Yeah, got me. Throw it down.
and the prayer. So if you would, let's pray. Father, we just come to you today thanking you, God, for who you are and all that you do for us and all our many blessings. God, we want to lift up our brother Ben to you and for his healing. We just thank you for that. And also for Gary Wayman, Lord, for getting him back on his feet. Father, just be with our business tonight. Pray that it's conducted in a good manner and pleasing to you. We just thank you for all that you do for us and ask you to just help us to do our best for our citizens. In Christ's name, amen.
Amen.
Okay. We have some citizens' comments in no particular order. Deborah, for your heart.
I just want to remind everybody tomorrow is the primary, but there's also going to be some constitutional amendments on there. So, and some county-wide stuff too will be on there. So get out and vote if you haven't already voted early.
At the school.
At the school, I'm sorry. Yeah, we're all set up and ready to go. We also, for those that are handicapped, there will be a button out there. Look for the button and somebody will wheel out the machine to you.
Wow.
It takes a little longer because we only have one poll book, but we make it work. Everybody needs to vote.
Times?
From 7 to 7.
7 to 7. Okay, next up, Dottie Barnes.
I'll be joining her. This is for your Easter egg hunt. You can buy those for $50, 50 of them for about $35.
Oh, I was always like $50 for that.
Okay, as you know, my pond is next to the place where they want to put up a gas station. I'm looking for a laundromat, cafe, everything else, but I'm worried about the gas station. So Bill said he's sick. I just got him out of the hospital. It's bad. Anyway, so he wants you to know all about that too. There have got to be environmental studies. There's got to be, there's not enough. There's just all one packet. I'm sorry, you'll have to share. But it's like all the codes of everything, and please make sure that they do everything that they must to make sure that gas does not go into my pond. I've fish, turtles, and ducks. And my ducks that's my pond. They go all around. And, I don't care if you catch off some of the turtles, but you never know, we might need those fish. Anybody wants to catch and release, they can. But my ducks, they're now laying 6 eggs a day, so I need them going. And I don't know what this violation of First Amendment is, but I'm just going to pull my copy of the Constitution out here and to remind you that Congress shall make no law respecting the establishment of religion, prohibiting the free exercise thereof, abridging freedom of speech or of the press, or the right of the people to peaceably assemble and to petition the government for redress. That doesn't mean that y'all can't make a law, but I'm watching you. And to make sure that you stick with this, but we have got to keep these rights. All of these rights are very important to us. And one of the things that I've seen seem to think that out there, they want to take away our free exercise of religion. This was 1 and 2 in here. The Founding Fathers thought this was vitally important, and all of these 6 things are really important. I expect y'all to make sure you keep our liberty in these things. Thank you.
Thank you, Dottie. Next up, Velma. Miss Velma Ballou.
Please get back to notifying citizens living in cross-city limits of city ordinance violations. Those laws are important to enforce to keep neat people living here, and all law-abiding residents will really like and appreciate our mayor, council, and employees for making our town better. Woo-hoo.
Thank you, ma'am. I'm right, hang on. Okay, that is all the citizens' comments. Okay, next up is discuss and approve resolution 187, a resolution authorizing continued participation with the Encore Cities Steering Committee and authorizing the payment of 6 cents per capita to the Encore Cities Steering Committee to fund regulatory and related activities related to Encore Electric Delivery Company, Inc. And then right behind that is the resolution. And what that is it's a committee that fights Encore. And so Encore has I think it did some good because Encore just reduced their delivery charge. Which probably ain't very much, but they did. So there's a group of cities, and we've joined in over the past few years doing this. So if we want to continue doing that, each year we have to pass this resolution.
I'll make a motion to accept it. 187.
Any other discussion? Okay, so resolution passes. We will continue to support and be a part of the Encore City Steering Committee. Okay, item number 4. Discuss formal complaint made by a citizen for a violation of First Amendment. So we get down here. So I wrote this out so that I'd say this. Maybe I would say this right. I hadn't done much right. So first of all, I want to apologize to the council for mishandling this topic. When the complaint came in about the cross in the park during Christmas, I didn't handle that correctly. What I mean by that is when the complaint was made, I went down the path of defending the reason why I thought it was okay for the cross to stay in the park. I forgot that the main complaint was that the city erected the cross in the park. The facts are the city did not erect the cross. A local church erected the cross. The city did not spend any public funds on the cross. The city does not own the cross. The city does not store the cross with our seasonal decorations. And the church that put it up came and got it. And what we should have done was to put a sign up with a disclaimer saying that the city does not endorse any particular religion. So the individual making the complaint wanted the council to vote on whether or not the city was going to continue to erect the cross in the park. Since the city did not erect the cross, there's no need to vote on that. Whether the city will allow this again is a decision that will need to be made at the time of the new request to do that again. Now that we are all more informed about this, it will help us in our decision making. I want to thank the person making the complaint for bringing this to our attention, and I think we've all learned more from the situation. So that's all I got to say about that.
Thank you, Forrest. So we don't need to take any action
Not until,
until the next time around.
if they ask to do it again, then the council now knows a little more information about what you can and can't do, what you, or should do. So we can just bring it up at that time, and we can talk about it now. It's on the agenda.
Just something to consider is setting some sort of a deadline date and notification if anyone would like to participate in the seasonal decorations. If we think forward, setting some sort of request date so that it can come before the council and there's time to erect anything that someone's requesting to erect.
Okay, set a
So
time.
set it, just a suggestion. So I would imagine that would be,
Yeah, because we started
Mid-October,
planning
really.
in November.
Yeah, really, I guess it was more October, I think, when we kind of started talking about it.
Yeah.
would you say like if, however, they have to have their notification into the city by mid-October-ish, and then, because then we could discuss the first council meeting in November to let them know, would that be enough time? Or
Yeah.
I mean, we can table it till later,
Yeah.
but I'm just thinking if we can kind of work backwards, or even, even September.
Yeah, October, I mean, it doesn't matter.
I just want to make sure, we have enough time to make a formal,
Yeah.
an informed decision.
Yeah.
And the organization that's requesting has an opportunity to, get their ducks in a row and handle what they need to.
And anyone that wants to help decorate is more than welcome to.
You got this. I just to add to your thing, that's only gonna leave us 2 meetings. What you're talking about getting together or put anything in, it only allows us 2 meetings before Christmas time.
Well,
Might be enough time.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. So that's why I'm asking.
Yeah. I'm sitting there thinking you got
So we need to
December,
go-
Like it's,
Well,
maybe
it
have it in
depends
by
on-
October 1st. That way when we meet,
Yeah.
we can bring it up
it gives everyone plenty of time.
and then make a decision or a final answer on November. That way you know whether or not before December even gets
Well,
here.
it's gonna have to be
Correct.
before December because everything will be decorated. Yeah. So I would back that up, have it in by the,
1st of October
yeah,
or the last
September
business day
30th.
of
Yeah.
September, however you wanna look at it.
And we need to kind of know what exactly they want to do.
I think we could probably come up with a form that could even be placed on the website. And then if someone would like to submit a request, we could work through there.
Okay. Any other discussion? Okay, discuss and act upon a resolution affirming policies related to the city's CDBG grant. So Jake sent us a packet of information, and this is that memo. And he is gonna be here next meeting. And he's gonna line out everything we need to be doing. There'll be a resolution at that time that we'll pass, and all the rules that go with accepting the money and all that, and making sure everybody's name's right, all our ducks in a row. So he's really doing a good job helping us fill out the paperwork and keeping our website, the TDA Go website, up to date. So that's what that's about. Okay, item number 6. Discuss city cleanup day. We tentatively got it set for April the 20th. And the dumpsters will be, I think last year we hit Derrick Days, and that
So I
didn't
did it
work
the
good.
weekend before Derek
And
Days.
also, don't let me
Okay.
forget, also we opened up the land for trees. That wasn't a good idea. So we're not gonna open up the landfill for brush because they throw everything in the world down
yeah.
there. And we have to man it. So we're not gonna do that again. Okay, don't let me forget. Okay. Item number 7, and, oh man, I forgot to do it. This is just for discussion, and this is just to see if there's any interest in doing this. So item number 7 says, discuss merger of Blooming Grove and Frost Court and Police Departments. I've spoken with Blooming Grove's mayor, and it's supposed to be on their agenda tonight. And I meant to get a copy of that, and I forgot.
I looked at it and it is on there.
But
It's on
it
there.
is?
Yes, sir.
And it's just discussion to see if they have any interest in doing it, and if we have any interest in doing it. It seems to be the thing that small towns are doing. Richland, Angus, and Streetman joined together to do theirs. The town I'm moving to is joined together with Boyd, and they have just an interlocal agreement, and you just have to work out the details. Italy Milford does it. And Ernest had who did you say?
The chief of Italy.
Said make a comment.
Yeah, he said he'd be more than happy to come and explain and answer questions since they've done this merger with Milford. So all they do is just pretty much share officers.
Sure what?
Officers for right now. That's just where it is right now. If Italy doesn't have a night officer, Milford does, and Milford has the authority to become act and write tickets and everything in Italy, and vice versa. Because Milford, they have a big turnaround, so there's times where they can go 2-3 days without having an officer at all. So Italy has the same power to go over to Milford, write tickets, make arrests.
Reciprocity, yeah.
Yeah. So, but at one point when I was working there, they were talking about Italy taking over Milford. So what they would do is Italy would have completely assumed all of Milford stuff. Everything police-wise would change over to Italy. All the bills get cut in half though between the two cities. Payroll, vehicle maintenance, gas, everything. Just a matter of sitting down and working out a budget and figuring it out. So
I would just see it being a 50-50 split.
it is.
Salary.
That's exactly what it is. A 50-50 split.
Yeah.
Salary.
One court.
I'm sorry?
One court.
One
Right.
court.
And so
So
Connie,
is that the only pro to this? I mean, I'm just, again, we're discussing, I mean, I don't understand.
all I see is dollar signs, savings.
That's what I'm thinking.
But how?
That's all.
I'm just saying, if you've got a cop in each town, I'm just saying,
Well, when I was thinking, I was thinking.
but how? I mean, you still,
They've got more
I was
police
thinking
officers.
Not really.
they're down to just one
Yeah,
part-time.
I don't think TC
Okay.
works.
They have
hardly at
TC,
all.
Yeah,
2 days
He's
a
the
week.
chief,
Is
but
that
he
the
does it.
intention though? I mean, I hear that's what that maybe that's what their staff is currently, but is that their intention?
Yeah, we need to find out, because Scott's intention, what I was thinking was one cop could do it all,
Yeah.
but I don't know that.
Yeah.
And I
I
don't
think
know
we'd
how,
have
It's a
to-
lot though.
I don't know how comfortable they are with that.
I heard this was something that Frost and Blooming Grove has discussed before, and Blooming Grove shot it down and says, no, we don't want any part of it. So, I don't know. So,
I
It can
just
be
seen
done.
I just seen it as budget savings.
yeah.
but if you reduce manpower, yes.
Yes, I was thinking.
Well-
Only if you reduce manpower.
Yeah.
But we won't be reducing any manpower.
But
It just gives me more to patrol, is what it'll do. So my pay could be cut in half as far as the city of Frost goes.
But so would theirs.
But so would theirs.
And is theirs more than yours?
No, we come up, so the
They
mayors,
still got
the mayors and the city
16
secretary
cities.
would sit down together, and come up with a number. You know, this is what we're gonna offer you to run both cities, and split that down the middle.
So tonight's discussion was just discussion and all
Yeah,
the
you're
open.
not have somebody come up and explain this to me, this don't make no sense to me.
So I think the one other area that it may benefit is if there's more than one employee, right? Then you have more coverage at different hours.
That's what I'm getting at,
You
but
have to pay more
if you
money.
still got salary for both of them, the only pro to me is court, if you only have one court.
Mhm.
That's what I'm getting at, I don't remember how much that is a year, I'm just asking, but like I said, again, if you only have one cop, our cop car isn't gonna handle both areas with, as old as it is, so now you're talking about a new cop car. Now, they've got one, but again, it's theirs.
They just
But what happens if 3-4 years down the road, we decide they don't want no more part of this, and we
Yeah.
sell ours, when,
That's-
We'll have to
that's-
look
that's
at
the whole-
everything.
That's the whole.
that's what I'm saying, somebody
Well,
needs
You
to
that's
still
explain
have to
it.
have
That's
a Frost one and a Blooming Grove one,
Sharing
right?
cars.
No, they're
Or
talking
what, just
about one
do
cop
one?
for both towns.
Oh, settlement.
Oh yeah, I guess I was thinking.
That's what
keep
I'm
the car
getting
here
at.
and keep the car
Well,
there.
if you like, next council meeting, I can have the chief of Italy come in and speak with you, and he can answer all these questions. I mean, he's done this. So.
I mean, if this is something everybody's interested in, I would say, yeah, bring them in here so we maybe.
I'm like Scott, see, saving money somewhere that you could use.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
something
If
else
you've got
and-
two,
but yeah,
if you've got two payroll still, two people,
Yeah.
you're not saving anything except for court costs. Having one instead of us paying, just say $6,000 a year and Blooming Road paying
But
6,000
we
a
wouldn't
year.
take on TC. It would just be you doing both, right?
For now.
Well, I think we'd have to determine what's the right number,
Yeah.
right? What's the right number of,
So then what you're saying is, and they take up half of your salary. So we save half the salary, and I guess court costs, because they have court over there probably, or,
They have a court over there, with one court. It'll be
that's
over
what I'm
in
saying,
Blooming
that
Grove.
one, they know they're gonna have it over there though.
Yeah.
I think though, it's more than just the cost of it too, right? We have to consider that the role here includes code enforcement.
Well, it'd have to be,
Yeah.
it'd be code enforcement for both cities, it'd have to be.
Mhm.
I mean, they don't have code enforcement over there, I don't believe, I
Yeah,
think TC does it
so
all.
I think there's a lot
Yeah.
to look at, so I'd be curious, what would be the combined expectations of the two cities? What would the expectations be for the department when it's combined? Because it might look different than what it looks like now. They may have different expectations, those things. So I'd really like to know, what are the combined expectations? And then from there, we can sort through, like you're saying, like let's look
Pros
at the
and
costs,
cons or whatever,
right?
yeah.
But
I mean, it may be a great idea.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm
I
open
just
to
need
it.
to
Just
see
need
something
to know,
Yeah.
like,
where
if
it's
the
at, 'cause-
Italy or somebody that
Well,
does it.
Party
come
involved
over.
in it.
Yeah.
and
But
Sharon,
Blooming Grove
if
may
we
not
have
even
more
be
coverage,
interested.
That's
yeah.
right.
They may not
Yeah.
say, yeah, they may
lady
shut it down no
that
matter
did the
what.
Richland treatment and that one, she did it all herself, and she's actually now going to be the city secretary over all three of those locations. She's willing to. Connie said to reach out to her and have her come because she physically did the financial, did the whole setup of all of it from start to finish. So that would be someone too that we could reach out to
Yeah.
have questions answered. But at first they all were against it, but now that they've done it, she said it was the best thing for them because it's just small community. So that is someone else too that we can reach out to.
Yeah.
So I'll find out what their discussion was.
Yeah.
And
Can we, I don't know how you do that, if they're on board or they're interested.
then we'll really need to
Well,
find out a
that's what
whole
I'm
lot
saying,
more
if they're
information.
interested though, do we have one meeting for both towns, city councils with that
Oh,
gentleman?
yeah.
That might be different.
I mean,
It's whatever you do in your agreement, in your
Yeah.
interlocal agreement.
well, I'm just saying, if they're
It's-
interested in
it's
learning
the
about this, do we
governing
set up
body.
one meeting for both city
Oh, I
councils
see.
I'd be
to
curious.
discuss with this guy he's bringing up? He'll explain it to us, or Connie, whoever.
Create a subcommittee even of members from their council and this I don't know if that's something we
Yeah.
have to look at the permission on that, but perhaps even a subcommittee to help work out the details.
Okay.
Could be a win-win situation.
All right. So we'll dig in deeper.
Except me working there and living here with these guys. I mean, I'm just saying,
Okay. Mayor's report. The land that we sold down here, all that's done. I meant to say this last meeting. It's a done deal.
Somebody already bought it and moved.
Yeah, it all went smooth. Something went smooth.
Chalk it up.
So that went smooth, and that's all cleaned up, and it's all done. The grant we already talked about. Jake will be here next week to define how it's going. The Navarre Mills project.
His name is Dalton.
Huh?
Dalton?
Well, Jake is Dalton's boss.
Okay, thank you. That's all. Just making sure it's the same group.
Yes. Yes.
Same group. Okay.
Yes. And for some reason, he takes the lead when it comes to all the fine paperwork.
Okay.
So, and he has Dalton doing stuff
The
over
busy.
here.
Can
Yeah.
you bring up to them about the beautification grant again? There's got to be something that we can do.
Yeah.
Because if Richland and some of the Currens can get these grants, we should. But they're the grant people, so they're
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I don't know where to start with that.
Remember, we
It's
make too much
that.
money here.
You call Dalton. Just call Dalton.
Or you could talk to him.
The other one that said we make too much money, didn't it?
Yeah.
As a city.
It depends on what
There ain't
grant
more
it
in
is.
Currens?
If it's a beautification
Maybe
thing,
better,
then there's, he said he's something that he could do sidewalks, was it?
Yeah.
We could use that.
Just anything.
It was
if
something,
it's
I can't remember what it was.
So your flower beds won't be lopsided?
for real.
The Navarre Mills project, they haven't done anything else other than just survey the tank. And the convenience store folks did come in and give us plans.
Are we still on, I'm sorry, are we still on par for the treatment plant, the treatment plant, water tank?
Yes.
Okay.
The convenience store is proposing it'll be a convenience store with a cafe in it, a laundromat, and another liquor store.
Moving on up.
So we'll see how that goes. But that's what's on their plan. And that's what they turned into our inspector. And our inspector, is he turned those back to the,
As far as I know, yes, I believe so.
is he through with them?
Yes.
Okay, so then,
I did ask though that he sit down with the designer or the engineer that drew all that out. And he had a few questions, but other than that, it all looked good to him.
okay.
So that was
So I
the only
think-
negative comment that I heard.
So their next step was to satisfy our inspector. So he's done that. And then the next step is for that guy to get with TxDOT to make sure all his entrance and turn lanes are right. And then I think he can start. So
He ain't gonna finish the other one first?
he can't get his power turned on over there for some reason. Every time I go by, they still not.
You made that comment that
Yeah,
time.
it's still not that way. So, okay, that's all I have on mayor's report. So let's look at our consent items. Let's look at this one right here, the bank accounts. And bear with,
Bear with me.
Tiffany left about 2 weeks ago. Can't remember anyway. But she's been coming in the mornings and helping Rachel. And we're getting there. We're making progress. We've still got a ways to go, and we'll all admit that. And so on this paper here, Rachel, these numbers reflect our bank accounts, right?
As of
4
4 o'clock this afternoon.
4 o'clock this afternoon. This is what's in our accounts. So the general fund account, is at 244, 298 without the CD.
This is your total with us.
Yeah. So I'll just give you a minute to look at it, see if you got any questions. This time of year should be our highest time of year for money because that's all our taxes should have come in. Real estate taxes.
So we don't have the P&L statement that we typically get?
No.
Not yet?
Not yet.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's hard to,
Yeah, it's hard.
Is this
It's
all
harder.
like past water bill? What is?
Yes, that's your top four.
Hey, don't get ahead.
Oh, sorry.
Don't get ahead.
Oh, sorry.
Focus, Megan.
My bad.
right,
It's still fine. It's still numbers.
it's, without comparison, it's hard to know,
Yeah, I don't have.
without a P&L.
Yeah. My goal the next couple of weeks is to get everything from December, January, February all reconciled, and so I've got 3 months worth to reconcile, so it's gonna take a little bit of time, but my goal is by next meeting to try to have it all done.
Okay.
Okay, any more questions about the statements, that statement?
No.
Okay, now let's look at this one. So, Rachel has figured out the water. And she had, so those amounts owed, these are the top 20 past due in the water system. She has taken each account and has made a contract with each person to get this cleaned up. So they're making their payment plus extra on what they owe. So they all know what the agreement is. They've signed the agreement.
The one that I've got in here.
the ones we've gotten in here to
This
do
is
that.
just the top 20, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So the
My
bleed,
report runs the top 40, and I just did the top
Mhm.
20, just so.
Well, they're gonna be your highest college.
so this is gonna continue to be in our packet
Mhm.
so that we know that we're making progress of getting this cleaned up. So just, I'm not, I don't wanna get into saying any names, so I won't say anything else about that, so.
Can you explain, Rachel, these that are highlighted in yellow, those are just folks that just have not
Those-
come back to you?
Correct. Those are the
Okay.
ones that have those water bills that are outstanding that just moved out of town.
Oh, they're gone.
And they're gone. So we've got to figure out a way to get that money from them.
How did your water get that? How did it get that
Well,
far
it's on
gone?
us, we let it,
I know, but
we just,
I mean, that's a year and a half.
yeah.
Leniency is going to have to be cut to a very minimum.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll do a better job.
Any and all support from you guys would be greatly appreciated.
I mean, that one's
Yeah, 'cause-
20%.
When we start demanding this, people will start, they're gonna start
Start rough.
talking about Rachel. So,
but
she's just doing her
everybody
job.
has to pay their bill. I mean, that's just life. Like,
Well, evidently not.
well, I know, but I mean, anybody can say, well, they're not paying it. Same with cleaning
As
up
of
your
now.
yard. It's-
And it's not like they're not paying anything. It's just they're struggling. They
Yeah.
just want to pay a little. We let them get by with it. It's just, it's
And I can relate with that.
yes,
Yeah, I do
that is
too.
life.
But a
That is
couple of
life.
those, whew,
Yeah,
But every month or
we've just got to
constant-
make them not pay someone else.
I bet they can buy others. So.
So anyway,
For those that are struggling, I don't know, when y'all pay your electric bill or other bills, you'll say, donate $1 to whatever. That might be something that we think about, is if there's a philanthropy organization that, can support some of those that are struggling. See if there's a program to help people.
Now, I do know that some of these on this list are the ones that the state came in and paid their water bill the last time they were this far behind. So I know that
and
from
we,
what Tiffany said, that is something that they did do, but it is the repeat offenders that let their water bills get back.
okay. All right, Mr. Ernest, police report.
Just for, the races were on once this month, so I was able to make a few friends out of there, not as many as I wanted to. I only got like 16 stops out of that weekend, and the rest is throughout the rest of the month. Had one animal call. I assisted the sheriff's department on a call, and fire department on a fire call. I got called out 8 times. It was all on the same, about this kid that we have in town, or had in town. That's the child neglect investigation. It turned over into that, so the CPS is involved with that now. He was also the one that was listed as a runaway, but he ran across the street, so. And the last I heard, we only had 1 dog in the shelter, so. We only had 1 dog that I know of. Oh, and we had
One dead.
a raccoon that scared the hell out of me.
Was that the one at Roy's?
Yes.
No thanks.
I added something new to my report, guys. I put in there what I spent a month in gas, on my gas card.
I didn't see that
How many
one.
mileage I did, how much mileage I did for the month,
Here.
and how many gallons I used also.
Just grab it from him. He gave it to us.
Very bad.
I'm not looking in the right place. I got that one.
Which one do you need?
I'm hunting that court one. There it is.
Oh.
One with the money.
Do you know when they're doing the drifting pad?
I don't.
They
I was
have one. They
following,
have one scheduled for this month already.
I was following a guy
This
on.
last Saturday? Somebody said it was in March, so,
No, the
well, I guess that would have been March. Friday was March.
Yeah.
My-
I was following a guy that was, he posted it on there all the time, and then all of a sudden he just stopped. So I don't know if he's one of the guys that got arrested last week, or last month, or what, but.
The only reason I'm bringing that up is if we find out that they're working, I mean, no matter what your schedule is, it needs
Oh,
to
I'll
be
be here.
changed for that.
Yeah, I
take off
didn't,
during the week and come in for the weekend, cause I'm telling you, that's,
well, I just happened to come in to deal with this juvenile, and when I was done with that, that's when I started noticing all the cars, so I just stayed. And, yeah, I agree with you. When they're here, if I'm not, somebody please call me and let me know, and I will
You're
jump in the car.
guaranteed to.
I think say
You're
the
gonna
drip
call.
pad or these little ride-alongs or ride-abouts they have on horses or ATVs,
Yeah,
whatever it may
anything
be.
big close by, yeah, please call me, I'll
'Cause they're
jump
gonna
in the
come
car and
through
hit
here.
right over here. I have no problem with that at all.
Just
I'm in
so
total
you're
agreement.
aware, I heard they're doing it again on the 16th.
On the 16th?
March,
Yes.
that might be the one I heard then.
They just did this last Saturday,
That's
because I can
what's
see
up.
the lots from my
You
house.
can't catch them all, I'm just saying.
No.
That's why I'm saying, if we
Yeah.
find out,
Mm-hmm.
as soon as we find out, you need to be notified just so you can
Yep.
be here. They're gonna come out through the middle of town.
Yeah.
Probably gonna do
Well,
a
they
lot of
do.
stopping, they're gonna cause a scene.
And even let Blooming Grove know, because I'm sure they go through there too. I'm sure
It all
they.
depends on which way they're coming in, but yeah.
Well, I actually, one guy I stopped and impounded his car. He got 5 citations from me.
So is that on here? Is that on here?
The citation
This month? Is it, or is that last month?
that was last month. So, and then I guess they stopped. I don't know what he was thinking. The wrecker showed up to impound his car, and he asked the guy what it would cost to tow it home, which he lived in Northwest Fort Worth somewhere. So the guy told him $580. He goes, okay, and he paid him. What I thought was funny though was instead of hopping in the wrecker to go home with his car, the wrecker drove off with his car, and the kids were still sitting here waiting on a ride to come pick them up. I'd have made it as far as Illegal, like, dude, you can stop right here, let me have my car. But
Okay, is there any other questions about our reports?
As far as code enforcement, when you go out and do that, where is that? Is that in this report?
that include with the
These?
citations.
Citations, okay. Did it say code enforcement? I just missed it.
No, it doesn't break
not
it. It doesn't
separated.
break it up because it's just citations.
Okay, any other questions? Just need a motion to accept these reports.
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes,
I'll second.
not minutes, but
Reports
reports.
and cassette items. Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, if there's no further business, need a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
I'm Hollywood.
We are adjourned. Thank everybody for coming.
I'll see you guys.
Meeting is adjourned at 6:40 p.m.
I'm